Hello and welcome to a Masked Singer recap. I don't know about you, but I feel pretty lied to and cheated because turns out Robopine was Tyrese Gibson, who is not a grandfather. He's not 60, and I don't think he was born and raised in Costa Rica. Yes, it turns out that he lied. He admitted it to the judges. He was just like, I lied and I had a fun time lying, which is just like, the whole point of this show is to use the clues that you give us to guess the person under the mask. It defeats the entire crux of the show. So, I don't know the rules of the show anymore, but let's just get into it and talk about the spicy 6 on The Masked Singer. Okay, so the Yeti was up and he mentioned that he has 2 kids. And if you have been watching the show, you know that a lot of people are saying it's Omarion from the boy band B2K. I think you're right. It sounds like him. Omarion also has 2 children, so that fits. Also what fits is that in the post-performance segment, you know, they do a whole dog and pony show where they bring out a freaking x-ray machine. And they're like, what is the Yeti thinking of? And then they x-ray him and it's corn. The Yeti is thinking of corn. And he goes, corn popped into my mind. And I was like, what the hell? So, of course, I did what any person would do. And I Googled Omarion corn. And you know what came up? A Corn Pops commercial. So, Omarion was in a Corn Pops commercial before he became famous. Very obscure, but sure. Okay, I'll work with it. It fits. So, again, I think Omarion is the Yeti. And then we had Piglet. You know, it is so obvious to me that Piglet is Nick Lachey. I mean, the Piglet talked about how he was in a fraternity in this week's clue package. And Nick Lachey was also in a fraternity at his time at Miami University in Ohio. So that fits. And then, I don't even want to get into this, but this goddamn rooster named Cloodle Doo, who comes out every so often to steal clues from the judges. I don't understand the concept. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. But anyway, he was like, Piglet has caught a ball from Dan Marino. You know what I did? I Googled Nick Lachey, Dan Marino, and I found this picture. So I think that it's another clue that fits. And again, this Piglet sounds exactly like Nick Lachey, okay? So if it's not Nick Lachey, then I give up. Then we had the Black Swan, who everyone is saying is JoJo. In one of the clues she had for tonight, she was like, I passed Mariah Carey for a record. And JoJo did indeed surpass a Mariah Carey record. It happened when Too Little Too Late, her iconic breakup song, hopped from number 66 to number 3 on the Billboard charts. And that was like the biggest jump. And it was previously a record held by Mariah Carey for her song Loverboy, which jumped from 60 to number 2. So check one off. And then also in the clue package, there was a random image of New Hampshire. And, you know, I guess they love to put states in the Black Swan's clue package because she also had one about Montana. Well, though she was not born in New Hampshire, she was raised in between New Hampshire and Massachusetts. So I'm pretty sure the Black Swan is JoJo. And then the Russian dolls sang. Wow. You know, I was really expecting this performance to be a real banger, but unfortunately, they didn't live up to my expectations because if you watched it, they sang Shallow from A Star Is Born, which is just, it's an iconic song, obviously. But they didn't even hit the iconic high note. Like, if you're gonna give us Shallow, you need to give us the high note. And if you're not gonna hit the high note, which I know Taylor Hanson can do, then just, I don't want it. Scrap it. There's no point. But alas, they decided to do it anyway without the high note, which is really stupid. It's fine. Anyway, just something that is just so purely The Masked Singer in a way that no one else can say this except for Jenny McCarthy. Jenny McCarthy goes, in the clue package from a few weeks ago, the Russian dolls were in a hospital room and one of them was lying on a bed. And you know what that reminded me of? Well, Zach Hansen was in a terrible motorcycle accident, which is very reminiscent of her guess a season ago when she was listening to the Giraffe's clue package where he uses the phrase crash and burn, and she immediately goes, you know who was in a horrible plane accident? Travis Barker. And Robin Thicke, of course, always the encourager. He goes, yes, that's so true. You're onto something, Jenny. So maybe that fits? I don't know. I mean, again, the tone of the show is just all over the place, but it is true. So that clue does match up with the Russian dolls. Zach was in a horrible accident and there was a Russian doll featured in the hospital. So again, I think the Russian dolls are Hanson. And then Chameleon sang, and you know what? I am pretty sure, as is everyone on Twitter, that this is Wiz Khalifa. It sounds a lot like him as well. And this week, he talked about being raised as a military brat. And yes, he too was a military brat. So the clues line up, the voice lines up. I'm 100% sure that the Chameleon is Wiz Khalifa. So here are my guesses for this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to The Ringer on YouTube, do so now, and we will see you next week.